Have you ever looked back at an old relationship and thought, what was I even thinking? Like, the red flags were waving, the warning signs were screaming, and still, you walked straight in with your heart first and your brain on airplane mode. Yeah, same. So today, let's talk about why we fall for the wrong people. Not because we're stupid, broken or cursed, but because we're human. Very human. Sometimes too human. Stay till the end, because by the time this video finishes, you might realize it's not that you choose the wrong people. It's that something inside you keeps choosing what feels familiar. Let's start with a simple truth no one tells you. We don't fall in love with people. We fall in love with patterns. Think about it. You meet someone new, and within weeks you're saying, I don't know why, but this feels so familiar. Yeah, that's the problem. Your brain loves familiarity. It doesn't care if it's healthy. It just cares if it recognizes it. If you grew up around emotional distance, your brain might confuse cold with mysterious. If you grew up chasing approval, you might confuse inconsistency with excitement. If you grew up feeling unseen, attention, even the wrong kind, feels like oxygen. So, when someone treats you in a way that matches your old emotional wounds, your brain goes, oh, I know this feeling. This must be love. No, that's not love. That's muscle memory. And here's where it gets funny, and a little sad. You'll reject kind, stable people saying, something feels missing. But chase emotionally unavailable people like you're in a Netflix drama. The nice person texts back on time? Too boring. The emotionally confusing person disappears for 3 days and comes back with, hey stranger? Butterflies, fireworks, heartbeat racing. That's not chemistry. That's anxiety wearing perfume. Let's talk about butterflies because they've fooled all of us. Movies told us butterflies mean love. Reality says butterflies often mean uncertainty. Your nervous system is activated. Not because this person is special, but because you don't feel safe yet. Real love feels calm. Wrong love feels intense. And intensity is addictive. That's why toxic relationships feel so hard to leave. The highs are high, the lows are low, and your brain gets addicted to the emotional roller coaster. It's like junk food for the heart. Tastes amazing. Destroys you slowly. Another reason we fall for the wrong people? We think love will fix them. Be honest. How many times have you said or thought, they're not bad. They're just misunderstood. They'll change once they feel loved. I see their potential. Congratulations. You're dating potential, not reality. Love is not a rehabilitation center. You are not a therapist with romantic benefits. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Not the version you imagined during late-night overthinking sessions. Here's the hard truth. You don't fall for who they are. You fall for who they could be, if everything magically went right. But relationships are built on reality, not hope. Now let's talk about timing, because timing is a sneaky villain. Sometimes the wrong person appears at the right emotional moment. You're lonely. You're healing. You're tired of being alone. And suddenly anyone who shows interest feels special. That's not connection. That's emotional hunger. When you're starving, even breadcrumbs feel like a feast. And the wrong people sense this, not consciously but instinctively. They feel needed, wanted, powerful. Meanwhile, you mistake relief for love. Another big reason? We confuse attention with affection. Someone listens to you vent once and suddenly your brain says, this person understands me like no one else. Slow down. Listening is basic human decency, not a soulmate certificate. But when you felt ignored for a long time, even small attention feels huge. So you attach meaning where there isn't any. And then there's ego. Ah yes, ego, the silent decision maker. Sometimes we fall for the wrong people because they boost our ego. They make us feel chosen, desired, important, especially if they're hard to get. Winning their love feels like an achievement. But love is not a competition. If you have to win someone, you'll eventually have to keep proving yourself. And that's exhausting. Let's talk about self-worth, because this is where everything connects. We accept the love we think we deserve. If deep down you believe you're not enough, you'll tolerate mixed signals, disrespect, bare minimum effort, and call it understanding or compromise. But notice this, the healthier you become, the less attractive the wrong people look. What once felt exciting starts feeling draining. You stop asking, why don't they choose me? And start asking, why am I choosing this? That question changes everything. Now here's something no one likes to admit. Sometimes we fall for the wrong people because healthy love feels unfamiliar. Drama feels normal. peace feels strange. So when someone treats you well, your brain goes, "This feels weird. Something must be wrong." No, something is finally right. Healing often feels boring at first, not because it is, but because your nervous system is learning calm for the first time. And finally, let's talk about fear. Fear of being alone, fear of starting over, fear of waiting. So we settle. We say, at least they're here. At least it's something. At least I'm not alone. But loneliness in a relationship hurts more than loneliness alone. The right people don't confuse you. They don't make you question your worth. They don't come with constant anxiety. They feel safe, clear, consistent. So if you've fallen for the wrong people before, don't be ashamed. It doesn't mean you're weak. It means you were learning. And every wrong relationship teaches you something. About boundaries, about needs, about yourself. The goal isn't to never make mistakes. The goal is to stop repeating the same one. So next time someone feels familiar, pause. Ask yourself, is this love? Or just an old pattern knocking again? Because once you recognize the pattern, you finally get to choose differently. And that's where the right people begin.